Hey guys, what's going on? Good Boys One here. So you guys are probably wondering what this video is all about. So um, a while ago, maybe last year in 2019, my grandfather was going through a lot. His body was slowly on the decline, and you know, comes to that certain point where your body can no longer keep up. And that's what happened to my grandfather. As you guys can see right over here, I've made a little mural for him, including an American flag for him because he was a veteran from being in the services. Right now I couldn't even sleep. Um, I'm just watching videos on YouTube right now, and uh, I when I was old enough to know what death was, to us being humans and people and excuse me. I realized sooner or later my grandfather's health is gonna go down. And a couple months ago, before my grandfather was hospitalized, my grandfather had an incident. He was urinating blood, and my uncle who lived with my grandfather called me up, and he was like, hey D, that was my nickname for him. Could you come over and help me and take Pop to the hospital? He's in his words, not mine, he was pissing blood all over the sheets and the covers and everything. And I was like, yeah, I'll be right up. So I helped him, and he was in the hospital for close to a month. Actually, that was before he got to the point where he was hospitalized again permanently this time. Second to last time, after the issue was kind of fixed with antibiotics and cleaning of the scientific term urethra. He was sent home. He after that, the day after, it seemed that his health was taking a very steep dive, and I could only imagine that sooner or later he was gonna pass away. Um, and he was acting all crazy like due to his brain chemistry, and his liver and his heart and his body was like shutting down before his eyes. And so at that point, me and my uncle escorted my grandfather to the hospital, and a little while I came home, and this is when my mom's back was very sore. It was a couple weeks before my mom got surgery, um, but so when he was hospitalized, my grandfather, me and my mom visited him. My aunt was there. My aunt was his care. My aunt was my grandfather's caregiver. Man, my aunt cooked for him, helped him like relax and stay comfortable. Um, but so um, so my mom, when my mom went into the hospital to get surgery, it was pretty much the day of her surgery when my grandfather passed, and my aunt came inside and told me that my grandfather passed away. Even though it's June and I lost him in February, I still have all this residual pain. And 6 months before my grandfather died, my aunt's husband, my uncle, I have so many aunts and uncles, you wouldn't believe. One of my uncles passed away. And 6 months after that, my grandfather. Which is really hard when you take family seriously. And so he passed away. And I wasn't there to comfort him or tell him my last goodbyes. But when I went to the funeral home, a couple days later, when I went to the funeral home, the organizer who organized the entire funeral, after the burial, I saw my grandfather laying in his casket. I'm sorry. When I was at the funeral home and when I saw Pop, that's why I called him. When I saw him, I just thought, at least he had a really good life. With his children, his grandchildren, his great-grandchildren. The only thing that I could have told Pop before he died was how much I loved him and how much I had such an amazing journey with him. Because we went on so many family trips. We went to the Poconos, we went to Ocean City, we went to Great Wolf Lodge, and it was such a big part of my family and to me. and he acted like a father to me. I never grew up with a dad. It was just my mom that took care of me, and my mom had me and my sister. But after when the burial was getting ready to close up and everyone was walking back to the cars to go have the reception, we all put flowers on his casket. I said a little speech, and I also put a copy of my speech in the casket with him, along with one of my graduation tassels. I'm sorry. To know that every step of the way he was right there with me. Even though it's been a couple months since he died, it's like it's like every time I think about my grandfather, I just think I wish I had a little bit more time, and I wish I had a day with him without without major without major things ruining his health, like his level of his brain chemistry. And tell him how proud I am to have him like a father figure. And if I could give up anything, I definitely would. But I know that my grandfather will always be with me in spirit. He'll be watching out for me. And I know he'll be up there with my Uncle Mike and my grandmother. Excuse me. And I know that he has lived such a spectacular a spectacular life with his family. And I couldn't be happier and more proud to be in his life. Because every single one of us in our family, he was proud of. He was proud of everyone in my family, no matter what. I just wanted to make this video because I've been getting panic attacks and anxiety attacks every now and then because of the pain that I go through, all the stress and anxiety of life, and hopefully this brings me more closure to my grandfather's passing. Even though it's still gonna be hard living without him, it's not too hard to imagine him always with us. But yeah. At least he was able to see me get my first car, which was awesome. But um, yeah, if Pop if Pop was here in person, I would tell him I love him. He meant the world to me, and nothing could change that.